Hello and welcome to the third and final instalment of my car chat with my friend Steve. Now in this part we discuss his Citroen C3 in greater detail, and we also discuss the McLaren 720S. I know the two cars are so similar, aren't they? They're not, they're like chalk and cheese, aren't they? Let's see, can I think of a similarity between a Citroen C3 and a McLaren 720S? They've both got four wheels. I think that's the best I can do.
I have to say, your C3 is pretty smooth.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
Should we tell the viewers about my car?
I think we should. We haven't really spoken about it.
This is my C3. My C3 that I paid for with my own money. Well, and with a little help from Citroen Finance. It's the Flare model. So we've got for some reason Citroen in all their wisdom came up with three names that sounds like you're trying to touch somebody. So you've got touch, feel, and then flare.
See, I said it should be touch, feel, grope, personally.
Well, I don't know how. I wouldn't have bought it if it was called a C3 grope.
If Citroen's going to go down that road, why not?
So yeah, this is the C3 Flare 1.2 turbo.
Turbo. You have to mention turbo.
It's all about the turbo. I wouldn't have bought it if it didn't have a 1.2. If it didn't have a turbo.
Yeah.
I've bought this lovely interior. It's called Colorado Hype. It is an optional extra, but
What's it called?
Colorado Hype.
Colorado Hype.
Colorado Hype. Yeah. No idea. It's a French guy. I would have called it Bougainvillea. Patisserie or something like that. I don't know.
Patisserie.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of French words that weren't swear ones. So this is called the Colorado Hype interior.
Okay.
It is an optional extra.
It's very nice though.
Believe it or not, the whole car was for me designed around this interior. So I saw this on a picture in the showroom and I said I've got to have that interior. And I've got to try and find the way to have the interior and exterior done to match the interior. So
it's a nice place to be.
It is a nice place to be.
And the ride is good, it's smooth, it's comfortable.
And that's even with the larger wheels that I also had put on it.
Well, it's 17 inches.
They are, yeah. The normal ones were 16s and I didn't really like them. I thought they stood out against the exterior paintwork. So
yeah, but black wheels is a really good look. You've done well there. You have done well.
Thank you very much. So as with most new cars these days, you get 36 colourway options for the outside, because you can change the colour of your roof and your wing tops and everything like that. So wing tops and roof, you can choose red, white or black, or body coloured, believe it or not. So yeah, the metallic paintwork was extra as well. So overall, it just came to a little bit over £17,000.
So what? He's going now. What standard features does it come with? Obviously, it's got aircon, well, climate control.
Climate control. Everything's touch screen in it, apart from the steering wheel controls, which I like. So I haven't had to add anything to the spec at all. So what we've got is climate control.
Yeah.
We've got DAB digital radio.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a CD player, so all your music has to be on your phone and or your iPod.
Yeah, that's not that uncommon nowadays, though.
It has to be plugged in, so it constantly charges your phone.
Yes.
Whilst you're playing your music through it. It has a reversing camera. It has reversing sensors.
Front sensors?
No front sensors, just rear sensors. I haven't really felt too long.
It's a little bit cheapskate from Citroen there.
It is a little bit.
For a top range model anyway.
Yeah, however, the very front of the bumper that houses the number plate,
yeah,
that is plastic, and it is black plastic, and it's very hard wearing black plastic. So once or twice you will get to know the length of the front of your bonnet, where you can and cannot put it. And it doesn't take too long to do anyway. And plus, I've never really been a huge fan of front parking sensors. And it has two other things on it which I really quite like.
John.
One, it has phone mirroring. So once I plug my phone into the car, my phone, the touch screen at the front becomes my phone. I can listen to my Google Play music.
I love that feature.
I've got Google Maps, so my sat nav's on there. It has voice control, so I can, when a text message comes up, it comes up on the touch screen.
It's so handy.
If you touch the text message, it reads it out to you. Ford have been doing that for years, I don't care, but this is quite nice. But once it's read it out to you, it asks you whether or not you want to send a response. And it's very good at, you have to speak quite clearly, but it does recognise most things. So voice activation for your text messaging, but it just doesn't ask you if you want to send an SMS message, it asks you if you want to send a WhatsApp message. So, which I think is quite clever.
Yeah, it is. And
then the other thing, which I haven't seen in any other car before, is what Citroen call a Connect Cam.
Ah, yes.
Now,
I'm going to be honest, I think it's a gimmick, but please continue.
Okay. Behind the, well, in front of, or behind, depending on how you want to look at it, the rear view mirror, where your automatic wipers sensor is a camera, like what your reversing camera is. And what this camera does, it constantly is on a 30-second turnover. So it's constantly recording 30 seconds at the front of your car. And then it wipes that off and it records another, and so forth and so forth. In the event of an accident, you press the button just underneath the rear view mirror and hold it for 3 seconds, and it will record.
I'm going to just stop you there though. What if you're unconscious?
Well, it doesn't record it. It doesn't record it. So let's hope that you're not. What to call it? Let's hope that you're not unconscious. Anyway, it will record 90 seconds.
Right. Okay.
But it also helps that if you see an accident happen, then you can press and record it, and it helps with your lowering your insurance costs.
I think the reason why I think it's a bit of a gimmick is purely how Citroen markets the feature. Is that it's got that advert where it says, "Oh, will you marry me?" I just think that's very quaint, but who's going to use it for that reason?
But I use it to take photos of cars whilst I'm on the motorway, and I sometimes, if they come out well enough, I send them to you.
Yeah, fair enough.
It just doesn't
In
record.
which case it's very handy.
Very handy. So all you got to do is just press it once and it takes a picture out the front of the car. And that could be anything. So that I quite like. And then what you do is, it's an app, so you connect to the car via an app. You press the pictures to download, and then when you're in your own Wi-Fi, you can then download them from the app to your phone, and then you can send them to wherever it is that you want to go. So yes, it is gimmicky. Have I ever used it? No, but I have used the photo bit. I haven't used the video bit.
Yeah, I think, I'm not saying it's an awful feature, but I just think it's the way how it's marketed, because it's like I said, it's that advert where that bloke's driving around taking
and sees the videos and says,
I just think, well, that's not really, for me personally, that's not really what it should be used for. I think it should be used for an accident, but like I say, if you're unconscious, then you're screwed. You just have to hope you've got a passenger which is willing, not unconscious, and able to go, oh, quick, let me hold this down for 3 seconds or whatever it is. Go, there we go, it's done.
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I can see where you're coming from. But the technology is new.
That's me being pernickety.
Like I said, I haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
So
hopefully you won't.
Hopefully I'll never need it. I'll just use it to take cars instead. Yeah. McLaren is one thing, and F1.
Yeah, but I don't watch F1.
How can you be a car fanatic and not watch F1?
Mate, F1.
Do you not?
It's all about rallycross. Have you ever watched rallycross?
Yeah.
That is the way forward, my friend.
That's for drivers.
Exactly.
But you don't take part in rallycross.
What do you mean?
Do you race in rallycross?
What, me personally?
Yeah.
No, of course not. Do you take part in Formula 1?
No, because it's an elitist sport, but they go 220 miles an hour. Some of the F1, some of the races are boring, I have to admit.
No, not some, most. I try to get...
First disagreement.
Yeah, you know what, we've been doing really well.
I know.
I can't believe we've agreed on every car.
Pretty much everything.
Must be a first. But F1, no, it's not for me. Jesus Christ, these speed humps are huge.
Elusive.
They are. Well, I'm going to turn it around. They're like small mountains. My word, they are massive. They could stop a Hummer.
Oh well, yeah, you know, I could spend ages slagging the Hummer off.
Oh, couldn't we all?
I hate the Hummer.
It's such a stupid, pointless car.
Especially the hummus. The hummus. The hummus stretch limo.
Oh, if Hummer ever made a hybrid, I'd call it the hummus.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There you go. That's a joke for all you vegetarians.
Hey.
Yeah. So if we're not going to talk about F1, then we will talk about the McLaren 7020S.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to stick it out there. I really like the way it looks. I know it's not to everyone's tastes, but I think it looks fab. And the MSO one with the two-tone red, oh, that's to die for. McLaren
know how to build a fast car.
Yes.
The F1 is one of the... Aaron's a lot younger than me, but when that came out, were you even born when that came out?
Give over, yes, of course I was.
What year were you born in?
1990.
Alright, and you were 1 when that car came out.
All counts.
No, I'm not having it. I was 14 when that car came out, so it was the ultimate. That and the Lamborghini Diablo and Countach were adorned my wall as a child. But they just made it quick. They allowed it. They designed it in such a way it was a race car for racing drivers. So you needed a particular amount of skill in order to be able to drive it and drive it to its limit.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, Mr. Bean owns one.
No, he did. He sold it.
But
yeah.
He's had 50-odd thousand miles on the clock or something stupid.
And 2 crashes in it.
Yeah. So
he sold his back in 2015, I think.
I bet he got more for it than he paid for it.
About that. Oh, how much did it sell for? Oh, I'm trying to think. I want to say 5 million, five something million.
And it cost him £600,000 when that came out.
Yeah.
I think it was the most expensive production car you could buy.
And that's now for Rolls-Royce Sweptail, as we mentioned earlier. Well,
yeah.
That's not mass produced though, is it? So it kind of counts, but doesn't count.
So then McLaren, they disappeared after they did that one. Didn't they? They did some collaborations with Mercedes.
Yeah.
They did a couple.
The SLR.
Yeah. Very nice car, very quick car, the McLaren SLR. And then they started doing all these models. Now, why is it called a 720?
Because it's got 720 PS.
But it's only got 712 brake horsepower.
Yeah, but that's how it's measured. A lot of brands, they measure it in PS now, whereas I prefer BHP.
To me, I thought that would be the reason as to why they called it the 720S.
And that's why all the McLarens are named that. So 650, that's 650 PS. So just wonder what they were doing then.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue, mate. We're on green, so we're good to go.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on it? Yes, no, indifferent.
I like the McLaren styling. However, it's like the R8. It's not designed for drivers. It's designed not to kill stupid people.
So you think it's too safe?
It's relying. There is no way that anybody can get in one of the modern day, what they call as hypercars, and it not kill you, because the car won't allow itself to be killed by an idiotic driver to an extent.
Well, yeah, obviously if you drive at 100 miles per hour towards a brick wall, then
you will.
You're on your own.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm talking about is that the sensors on the wheels detect wheel spin, so it takes the power off that wheel and adds it to the wheels that does have grip. and everything is designed. If it feels the back end's going, it's straight. It reduces the power to the front wheel, so you know it does so many things to keep you on the road that I think that it loses an awful lot of what it is. But what I do like about them is that it's a car you can use every day.
Yeah, it's
you can get into that and go and do your shopping.
Yeah, it's, you know, I've seen quite a few videos about it. It appears that it's a supercar, but it's also a Grand Tour as well. Like you say, it is a car you can use every day. Where something a little bit more hardcore, like a 675 LT, it isn't really a car you'd want to use every day.
You can't use a Lambo every day.
No.
That's what I like about Lambos, and that's the whole point of Top Gear. Been saying it for donkeys. A supercar is a car that is designed almost to kill you in such a way, and it's a car that you're not supposed to be able to drive every day.
Yeah.
So a lot of these cars that are coming out are super cars, but not necessarily supercars.
Yeah. And I can see where you're coming from.
But I do like it. I would, in a heartbeat, go out and have that above the equivalent Lamborghini or the equivalent Ferrari. Because of my height and my build, I can't really fit in a Lamborghini particularly well, and I don't really like them as a brand. If I was going to buy one, I'd buy an R8 over a Lamborghini, because it's the same thing.
I'll tell you what, over the last few months, I don't know what it is, but I've really become a fan of McLaren. I just like the way how a brand builds its cars, and McLarens don't necessarily have the same kind of soul that you'd get from a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, but I like the way how everything is very well thought out.
Yeah.
And it's well finished, it's meticulous. I like that.
And even though it's British built, it works.
It won't fall apart.
It doesn't break down.
Yeah.
Which I like the idea of buying a British hypercar that doesn't break down all the time. I wouldn't buy an Aston Martin. I'd buy a Porsche instead.
No, really?
Yeah.
And on that bombshell. Right, and there we have it. That is the end of the kind of mini series of car chat with my friend Steve and his Citroen C3. It's not normally the type of video I do, but I must say I did quite enjoy filming it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. And if you'd like to see more of that kind of thing, whether it's with Steve or someone else, or I played about with your idea of maybe doing some sort of podcast. I'm not too sure if it would be, you know, sort of your cup of tea, or whether indeed I'd have the time to do it. But if you like this series of videos and you'd like to see more or something similar, please let me know. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more car obsession.